don't like to see what 95 years have visited upon the body that birthed me, or feel the papery forearm that used to push a walker. But I see and feel and know. This is the same woman, now reduced to 57 inches, who used to hike a mile to a promising flea market, her swift stride communicating happy purpose. Her bones are so fragile, they're almost invisible on the X-ray, one doctor said. Hearing that, it shouldn't have surprised me that a fracture was diagnosed again a year after my mother fell at home, breaking her femur. "This is a tough one," the famous orthopedic surgeon said, viewing the latest X-ray. And with those words, my hopeful heart capsized. The bone never healed properly, he explained, and a 4-hour surgery to fix the problem would be very risky. The safe alternative? Live housebound with a permanently fractured hip. Legally blind in one eye for most of her life, and now hard of hearing, my mother spends her days at a table. From there, she observes wind in trees. She rarely complains, but is surely in pain despite medication, wincing when she shifts her body in the chair. Lately, I've been thinking about bones, how the diminishing flesh of the elderly makes them nobodies, near phantoms not seen but looked through, practicing to be just bone. The cliché is true. I've become my mother's mother, shopping for her, cooking, paying bills, dealing with doctors, pharmacy, insurance company, hiring and scheduling her aides, updating the many women I meet in our neighborhood who say, "How's Connie doing? I miss her." I dimly remember being fed almost raw eggs from a pink Melmac cup and the taste of the liquid vitamin my mother spooned into my mouth. Now in my own kitchen, I prepare chicken a la king, breaded cutlets, and tuna patties to stock her freezer. I recall how she overbundled me as a child. Now, when she feels the cold through to her bones, I help her into the sweater I bought in size extra small. Although the rebellious American-born baby of her family, my mother couldn't avoid Cicely's influence on her genetic code. And so she was fatalistic, wary of strangers, and always a worrier. Nothing has changed there. Her frequent expressions of concern are clear. "I'm your mother," she declares by way of explanation. Mother with furrowed brow, a universal archetype in her worldview. What's changed is my worrying about her when I never did before. Her firm opinions and quickness demonstrated self-confidence and independence. Now I worry about her psychological state. How hard it must be for her to sit indoors in a wheelchair, giving up her daily walks to buy lotto tickets and supermarket hopping for the weekly specials, knowing she'll never again socialize with her flea market friends, the gay antique dealers, the church ladies, the vendors who all knew her by name. To have only the memory of sifting through jewelry like an archaeologist searching for buried treasure who comes up literally with gold. And I worry about her physical state. What's her blood pressure? Is she losing weight despite her daily dose of Ensure? I can't know because it's too dangerous for her to stand broken hips on a home scale. Her body is inevitably breaking down. Caring for my mother is facing myself several decades from now. That is, if I've inherited her gene for longevity. In an old photo, my mother's dress clings to her curves. "You've got some body," uncouth men probably called out. A city girl through and through, she was never a homebody. As a teen in the era of miniskirts, I'd hear her rebuke, "You're showing too much skin." Now my mother must forego modesty as aides towel her back after a sponge bath, her wing bones prominent as if pushing through her body and away.